So one thing that hurts a narcissistic person the most, while springboarding you into recovery, is going no contact, breaking free by going no contact. Now, when you've realised everything you have been through with a narcissistic person, it naturally causes feelings of anger and resentment, which is what narcissistic people tend to look to provoke within you, because they're the feelings they're running off. So they don't want to see other people happy. They want to see other people miserable. These are all normal feelings. However, most people have that empathy to stop them taking things too far. Narcissistic people lack that empathy, which is why they do take things too far. So when you're looking to hurt somebody that has hurt you, when you're looking to get one over on somebody who's got one over on you, no contact with a narcissistic person is the best way to go. As narcissistic people lack empathy, if you try to play their game, you're going to lose. If you try to go no contact, they're going to make things incredibly difficult for you, because they don't like that loss of supply. They don't like that indifference. They don't like not being heard. They don't like not being the centre of attention. They don't like not being able to exploit people. You are a supply to them, whatever it is that narcissist is looking for from you. Going no contact is your best approach for recovery. And if it's looking for revenge that kicks that off, then use that emotion to drive you to do something positive. Most people channel the negative emotions to do something positive, to feel better. Narcissistic people use those negative emotions to pull everybody else down, to make themselves feel better. We are all human. We can all have similar emotions. It's what we do with them that separates who we are as a person and our character. Now, going no contact isn't as easy as it sounds. We can sometimes, more often than not, deceive ourselves into believing that if we just reach out to them, if we just try to explain to them in a different way how they've hurt us or how they're hurting those around us, if we try and point out their behaviour, then we're not going to have to lose this person from our lives. We're not going to have to be mean and cut people out of our lives. We're not going to be one of those people that goes around cutting people out of their lives, because we can communicate, we can talk. It doesn't work with a narcissist. They're not interested in your communication. They're interested in control. They're interested in you putting down your dreams and living life on their terms. They're interested in making you believe that everything's your fault when they punish you for not living life on their terms. They're not looking for compromise and honesty. They are looking for honesty from you, but they will never give that honesty back to you. They're looking for that loyalty from you, but they're never going to give that loyalty back to you. They have those double standards, and no matter how much you try to explain it to them, it is not going to go through to them. They're not interested. They're exploitative people. They're entitled people. They're envious people. They lack empathy. They seek to get things their way. Once we realise that we're not going to explain it to them, as when we do try to call them out on their behaviour, they seek to punish us, we can then stop calling them out and go no contact. Going no contact isn't the hard part. It's the guilt you feel for going no contact. As when you go no contact with a narcissistic person, this also often means that you have to go no contact with their friends and their family. And what we have to recognise is they are their friends and their family, not yours. You have to go no contact. It can also sort of negatively impact our ego of, what are they going to think of me? They're going to think that I'm the bad person for cutting this person out of my life. Well, if they can't recognise that person's negative and toxic behaviour towards others, then that's their issue, not yours. We are not here to save everybody. You can help those who are willing to help themselves. You cannot help those who are blinded by a narcissistic person's lies. Just like people couldn't help us when those close to us could see things and might have said things to us. And we thought, no. We know best. We're in control of our own lives and we believe we know best until we know otherwise. And then we think, that's what they're trying to tell me. And you can't go and jump in and rescue people. Exes might have informed you and you might not have listened because the narcissist was treating you well at that point. Going to inform the new supply, they're not going to listen because the narcissist is doing to them what they did to you. They're treating the new well like they did you, and they're smearing you like they smeared the ex to you. So feeling guilty, it's an emotion we have to deal with, but in this, guilt is to stop us from doing something that would potentially cause harm to another person. This sort of feeling of guilt, we're thinking, can potentially cause harm to ourselves because of what other people might think of us, because we're no longer in contact with our parent who raised us, our sibling that we grew up with, a partner that we've spent quite a few years trying to build a life with. So that guilt is there, and it's almost protecting ourselves. It is difficult and most people feel it. However, we do have to process it. No contact isn't easy, and it's always worth planning no contact for 30 days, because once you've got through that 30 days, you've started creating new routines. Any form of addiction, you kind of need at least 30 days free of it to help you break free. But you also need something else in your life to aim for, to keep you occupied so that you don't revert back to that addiction. So you need to find something that's going to propel you forward rather than having nothing, so you end up falling back. No contact is not easy. It is worth it. Some narcissistic people are going to double down and make things incredibly difficult for you when you go no contact. It is a storm that you have to ride out by not giving them any reactions. When it comes to no contact, you need to block them on everything. On your phone, on your email, on your work's phone, your work's emails. You need to block them on all forms of social media. You need to make sure that they cannot contact you. If they've got flying monkeys coming your way, you need to block those flying monkeys and their friends and their family too. Because a narcissistic person is a classic for stalking your social media to use it against you. Not to see what you're up to use it against you. So you need to block them and their flying monkeys on everything. Any gifts they send, you need to ignore, not reach out and thank them. Give them to charity. Return to sender. Do not respond to the narcissistic person. That is what they're looking to get from you. If they start turning up at your home, don't answer the door. Phone the police. Do not answer the door. If they start turning up at your work, and they're going to do this in such a way that you look like you're the unhinged one when you react badly because they've turned up at your work, because you're still living that trauma that you've experienced with them, and you've still got a bit of that trauma bond, or you might still have a bit of that. So you're the one that's going to look unhinged, and they're going to walk in all cool and calm and like they're not the issue. You've literally got to ignore them. Sometimes this might mean just getting up and walking into a different area, a different room. And then if they follow you, it's a bit more noticeable for those around you. Other times it means just focusing on what you are doing and pretending like they're not there. They don't exist. They're a complete stranger. Any letters you receive, these might be best hanging on to and giving to a friend or family member that you trust to look after in case you need them for any court reasons. And do not accept any friend requests from people that you are unsure of, as this is usually the narcissist with new accounts or their flying monkeys. No contact is no contact. It's like a person that lives on the other side of the world that you've never met, never been in touch with. Don't know them. Don't respond to them. No contact is absolutely nothing. It's not always possible, which then it's time to look into things like level up and grey rock. If it is possible, as hard as it can be, and we can find excuses as to why it's not possible, even if it is possible. If it is possible, it needs to be no contact. And if you're still in that revenge mode because you've realised everything they've done to you, no contact hurts them because they've lost the power and control over you, because they can't gain the reactions from you. They can't gain the supply from you, which is why a lot will double down and escalate their games to gain that reaction from you, because it's hurt them. And they're looking to get you back any way they can, whether that's to hoover you back into the relationship so they can treat you like dirt and discard you, or whether that's to smear your name, to punish you. And they're playing these games after you go no contact, because no contact hurts them. However, staying in contact with a narcissistic person is only ever going to hurt you. It's that short-term pain for long-term gain. If anyone has any hints or tips of what helped them go no contact with a narcissistic person or ride out the storms of a narcissist games, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support of the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.